complaints that were received. The ombuds function operates mainly within government functionaries, and so this is unprecedented. A number of people, government employees, who came to the IG to report grievances in the way that they are handled at their places of work. And this includes employment disputes, it includes delayed services, it includes non-payment of salaries, pensioners who have been in the past tossed up and about because of their pension. When they try to get their pension, imagine someone has worked for government for 40 years, and when they retire, they want to go home and get their pension. But unscrupulous public servants toss them up and about as they use or take advantage of the pensions that are due to them. They now know that they don't have to walk backwards and forwards to their institutions that are paying their pensions. They now know that they can come to the Inspectorate of Government, and through dispute resolution or monitoring of what's going on, we can hasten the process of them getting their pension. And in 2023-24 alone, nearly 400 billion shillings of pension money was able to be given to people who are the owners of the beneficiaries, the actual beneficiaries. Celebrations. And so on the 18th of September this year, which is only about 10 days away from today, we shall be celebrating all these achievements with the public. And our celebration will mainly be about opening the Inspectorate of Government to the public, literally. So we shall open our doors so that anybody can walk in. You know what happens is, to go to the IG, you go through security checks, you go through systems, you have to make appointments. But this time around, we've opened our doors and taken the Inspectorate of Government to an open field in the radio grounds. We shall set up tents there with all our departments there. Our department include Department of Education, which is here, and Advocacy and Research, a Department of Anti-Corruption, Department of Monitoring Government Projects. We have the Legal Department that takes on the prosecution cases in court. The Department of Administration, that's the one that deals with the contracts and contracts award and human resource recruitment of human resource and other administrative functions. We have our IT function there. So we are going to open up the IG Inspectorate of Government on the 18th of September. We shall set up our offices in the Leyland grounds, and we call upon all Ugandans who have issues that day to bring them. Our gates will be open from 8 o'clock up to 5, 8 in the morning up to 5, and you are free to walk in and state your case. You will be received very amiably by a professional team that will deal with all your issues. As I said, there are personal issues that you can bring. Pension issues. I have delayed getting my pension. I worked for 15 years. I retired, but 2, 3, 4 years down the road, I have not yet received my pension. We shall look into that. Somebody else will say, my salary has been withheld because when we investigate, we might find that because you have issues with a boss, you are both looking at the same person or the similar interest, but the boss is the boss, so he takes advantage of that and withholds your salary or undermines you in any way. We shall look into that and unlock it. Service issues. Some people have experienced incredible, unacceptable delays in getting their services. You have applied for your land title 3 years down the road. You haven't received your land title, yet you don't have any issues. It is your land. No one is contesting it except the man or woman behind some desk somewhere who wants you to perform some illicit functions before they release. Or your files got lost somewhere in court for 5 years. Your file is never seen because the person you are with in court knows how to make your file disappear. All those personal issues that are frustrating Ugandans, or you can't get medical services because you haven't yet coughed some money. They require you to pay some amount of money in a government hospital, which you should not do. We look into all those issues. Your border has been kept at police with no reason. They don't give you any reason why. You are in police cell, but you haven't been charged for a whole week. You are not yet charged. Your driving permit, your passports have over-delayed. Your neighbor, who is a government employee, is building malls and arcades and mansions, yet his source of income is not commensurate with that kind of wealth. All those issues that disturb you as a Ugandan who deserves good quality services, or a Ugandan whose civic duty it is to report undue accumulation of wealth by public officers. This is now a walk-in into the Inspectorate of Government and report or raise all these matters without appointment and without wishing to see anybody. That is on the 18th of September. We wanted to share this with all Ugandans. Join. We don't know how else to celebrate except to open up the IG to everybody who has an issue. It goes back a long way. It did not just happen out of the blue. But we are ready with our report, and I think it will be issued very shortly. The simple answer is that yes, the IGG is investigating the issue, and the report is almost ready. I'm sure we have been having media clips of my colleague, Mrs. Anne Muhire, who is in charge of investigating that, and you might have seen her several times with the leadership of KCCA in Kitezi and other places. So yes, we are handling Kitezi, and the report should be out soon. And Grace also is saying, in spite of so many state agencies, we don't seem to be making headway in the fight against corruption. She quoted the Mbati case, the MPs that have been in prison and out on bail, and what is the problem? First of all, yes, true, there are many agencies, but each agency have their own mandate. The agency of the Office of the Auditor General, for instance, they have their own mandate and they have their own way of doing things. The Office of the Auditor General, their mandate mainly, I think, is to scrutinize the way funds are managed, and to ensure that they are managed within the international principles of managing accounts. The inspection of government goes further and lifts the veil. Many times, when the Office of the Auditor General has issued a report, they even give us a copy with some red flags on where I think of lifting the veil and going even further. So the two offices have different mandates. I have told you the Office of the IG has a mandate of the ombuds function, the ombudsman. None of the other agencies have the ombudsman function. The IG has the implementation of the leadership code function. None of the other, and these are constitutional functions, none of the other have that constitutional functions. Among the tools of the Inspectorate of Government, the Inspectorate of Government can even investigate non-action, even investigate advice, omission. None of the other one have that mandate of even investigate non-action, even omission. The Inspectorate of Government has the authority to issue arrest warrant, search warrants. There are others, the Office of the Auditor General, Shaku Office, State House, Anti-Corruption Agency. The other is maybe CID, but the others do not have the scope that the Inspectorate of Government has. So while people say there are so many agencies, the truth is that you really need to go and read the authorities that created them. You'll find that they have very different mandates and even functions. And the one of the Inspectorate of Government is much wider, much broader, and much deeper. It handles management of public trust in its entirety. We can even have a broader discussion on this grace. I would like to discuss it because everybody just throws it around, but I think we need a deeper discussion for somebody to really write about it so that the public understand it. And Mr. Kamya of Parrot, you also largely talking about the same thing. There are many agencies doing the role of the IG. Have the IG's powers been usurped? Not really. I have told you, Mr. Kamya, the powers of the IG, for instance, the ombuds powers, no one has authority to even go there. The power to sign an arrest warrant, a search warrant, many of these agencies don't have that power. I have also told you that corruption is one bit that happens at the end of a process. What the IG is trying to do now is to raise the bar of their activity and look at the other function of fostering strict adherence to the rule of law so that corruption is prevented. What is happening, what you are thinking, all of you, is because you are all down here looking at corruption, but there's a lot of work that needs to be done. Declaration of assets, Kamya. There is a process. You can access any declaration of anybody, but there is a process that begins with applying to the Inspector General of Government. There is a form to fill. You fill that form. This was passed by Parliament, ladies and gentlemen. It is not by the Inspectorate of Government to make life difficult for anybody. You know that laws are passed by Parliament. So you can fill a form and answer the questions and pay a search fee, I think, of about 100,000, and based on how we evaluate the information, then information is available to anybody that wishes to have it. Mwezi ogw'omwenda Oweekitiibwa Pulezidenti wa Uganda n'alangirira nti ataddewo ekitongole ky'akakisozi wa gavumenti mu ofiisi ya pulezidenti. Oweekitiibwa kyatandika kakati mu 1995 ne kitongozebwa nga kisinziira mu ssemateeka wa Uganda. Kakati ngenda kusoma mwezi 18 ekitongole kya kakisozi wa gavumenti kigenda kujaguza emyaka 38. Tujaguza nga tumanyi nti waliwo ebituukiddwako ebikoleddwako ku buvunaanyizibwa obwatuweebwa, naye mu myaka emitono 2 oba 3 emabega twatumbulako mu nteekateeka ez'okukola omulimu guno ogw'okulwanyisa obulyake, obukeruzi n'obulabbayi, nga tukwatagana nnyo n'abantu. Era olutalo lwe twabagamba, olutalo tulufudde lutalo lw'abantu bonna. Ndowooza eddako lwalinga lutalo lwa bitongole bya gavumenti okulaba ababbi bakwate tubasibe, naye twaggulawo ne tugamba kabeere lutalo lw'abantu bonna. Era mu kuggulawo kuno tulabye ebibala nti mu mwaka gumu gwokka 2023 n'abiri mwaka gwa gavumenti ogw'ensimbi twafuna okwemulugunya okuweereza ddala 2377. You can imagine okulisibika complaints eziwera 2000 mu mwaka gumu. So nga nze wenagira mu kitongole ekyo nasangamu okwemulugunya okuwera mu system complaints nga ziri 5000 ng'ogassa emyaka gyonna egy'emabega, naye kati mwaka gumu tufunye abantu 2000 abavayo nga balina kyeboogera. Ekitegeeza nti okufuba kwaffe okwokoowoola abantu n'okukolagana n'abantu kuzadde ebibala bino nti ddala abantu bakoze eki, bavuddeyo, era tubalaba mu mpuliziganya ez'enjawulo, naddala social media nga whistleblowers n'abantu abalala nga bafaayo, kyo kitusanyusizza. Era tulaba nga n'ebirala bituukiddwako kyekitongole obuvunaanyizibwa bwe bayita oba ombudsman. Ombudsman yabeerawo okuyunga abantu ne gavumenti oba n'ebitongole bya gavumenti byennyini. Kino tekyali tekiweebwaga amaanyi gateekebwaga kulwanyisa balibanguzi, naye waliwo obuweereza obutabatiza bantu nga tewalidde embuzi nga bwe tukimanyi, naye nga tebumatiza. Gamba nze natwala ekyapa kyange okumpa ekyapa ky'ettaka kati myaka 3, abalala bagamba myaka 10, abalala bagamba nabiva nako ebyekyapa, nga tewali nsonga eryawo etegerekeka. Bajja ne batubuuza aba pensioni, omuntu yawummula myaka 5 emabega, myaka 10, tuwulira nti abala batuuka n'okufa nga ssente ze za pensioni tazikoze eki, tazifunye. Naye kaakati twaggulawo tosobola okusinziira ku buvunaanyizibwa bwaffe bwa ssemateeka. Abantu bajja, era wenjogerera mwaka gumu gwokka abantu 498 bajja ne baleeta ebizibu byabifaanana bwe bityo, era ne tubaggulirawo ensonga zaabwe ne zitereera. Abataafunanga musaala ne bagufuna, aba pensioni ne bali tebasasula. Twagenda okulaba kumpi obuwumbi 4 okubasasulibwa mu pensioni eri abantu baali baludde nga batambula tebafuna pensioni zaabwe. Naye waliwo abazirya ne bazizimbamu amayumba ne bazigulamu emmotoka. Abatono nnyo abantu bafa ku nguudo kubanga emmotoka eziri ku nguudo dangerous mechanical condition zezireeta obubenje n'enkola y'enguudo embi ebizimbe ne bigwa abantu ne bafa ebizimbe ne byokya abantu lwakamyufu abazimba so mulimu gwa nnaku kyezagamba nti kugwenyumirizaamu wabula ngunakuwaliddemu okusinziira ku byenzudde naye ate nga nina obuvunaanyizibwa n'obumalivu n'obuvumu okulaba tukola ekisoboka okutaasa ku mbeera n'okugissa mu nteeko.